Hello, everyone. Hello, world. Welcome to the debut episode of the main Entree, a podcast brought to you by Desnudo magazine. I'm your photographer, editor-in-chief, and host, the Entree. And I'm here with
Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Jeff. Jeff's here.
Jeff.
Gia.
No, please. So this is the first episode of the podcast.
This is the first episode of the podcast. Actually, we're lying because we tried to record this before. The first time we did it actually was a great conversation. The audio was crunchy.
Crunchy as hell, girl.
Crunchy. It wasn't bad audio. It's just my settings were kind of off, but it's a learning experience. Now I know better. We're back. We're better than ever. We're ashier than ever.
Oh, not ashy, girl.
Ashy and crunchy.
At least we moisturized this time.
This time, yes. WD-40.
Isn't that lube?
No, that's for like your. Wait, is it?
Yeah, it's for like creaky.
Creaky, yes.
Girl, for your creaky ass elbows and knees, girl. Crunch.
Crunch. But so today's episode we're going to be talking about.
We're talking about DC movies and the DC universe, specifically.
Animated.
During
this quarantine, I had Jeff watch so many animated DC films, from the Justice League movie to Batman, Superman movies, until recently tonight we watched Wonder Woman. And he has some thoughts and some opinions.
Oh, I got a lot.
So do I. And one of the things that I noticed a lot during this little movie nights we had is Jeff's expression to some of the violence, some of the core themes,
and some of the absolute trash physics and realities of these.
I found out that Jeff is really married to logic, and that's the one thing he questions during these movies is, wait, how can this happen? Because this means this and that means that. You have a medical degree, right?
I'm not, it doesn't matter if I have a medical degree or not. We're talking about me looking at a movie, the fact that it's Swiss cheese, and me pointing out the holes.
Oh my goodness.
They're there. They're gaping.
Well, the first film he saw was Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
That movie?
That movie was phenomenal.
Changed me. I don't know why you decided that was the movie to start, because that was
the last movie I saw, and I was like, oh, this is really good.
Brutal.
It was brutal.
Hell.
But you got to know Constantine.
And
you got to know Robin, Raven, Superman.
And Batman. I mean, to be an American and to not know conceptually most of these heroes is kind of not realistic. You would know something about them. It's just part of growing up in our culture. And my love for Teen Titans in the animated series was really helpful too in filling in a lot of spots.
But I think because you were somewhat familiar and you're like, oh, they're heroes, seeing them getting dismembered really had you shook, shaken, and stirred.
Oh yeah, this is like the perfect time to say, if you haven't watched these animated movies, there will be spoilers ahead.
Yeah, spoilers ahead if you haven't seen none of these, but that's your warning. When we first watched it, we saw Wonder Woman get her arm ripped off, and that's when Jeff really was like, excuse me?
No,
ma'am, Miss Pam.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Who got eviscerated? Oh, Aquaman did.
Shazam got like his leg
cut off.
I mean, I saw Starfire's guts.
Oh my gosh, they split her in half.
And it wasn't an adult film.
It was, wow.
Well, it was an adult film. It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
Oh my god, it was so disgusting.
The premise of the film is basically Superman wants to do a preemptive attack on Darkseid on Apocalypse. Somehow, some way, Darkseid knew what he was doing. He took the, kryptonite DNA, put into his parademons, and as soon as they got there, they was ready to kill them, and most of them died.
And so Constantine, our anti-hero, decides to turn that shit around. He took the shit bus and said, we are back.
Well, during the battle, he seemed to, before even the battle started, he was like weary of it. He was like, oh, I don't know about this. It's kind of like too much. But everybody else was like, no, we have to do it. Like, this is what we're going to do. And come to find out, he was right. It just wasn't, maybe he felt something. Maybe he knew something. I don't know. But he was like, And then during the fight, Zatanna, baby girl, as she was getting attacked, getting killed, Constantine fled.
You know, something that I didn't really understand as a concept until these DC movies was,
what?
You know, we understood that a lot of these heroes have powers because they are other dimensional, otherworldly,
Aliens,
mutated,
mutated, yep.
science, etc.
Rich.
And for right, Lex Luthor, the power of white money,
Bruce Wayne.
the power of white money, but the concept of magic was completely new to me. I didn't know there were so many heroes.
You are a fan of Teen Titans and Raven's magic.
Well, Raven is other dimensional. We talk about Zatanna and her like pulling magic stunts out of her hat, doing some hocus pocus ookie spooky kooky magic
Where do you
tricks.
get that from?
Alyssa Edwards, Sharon Needles Halloween special.
No wonder. I'm like, you always say that.
I said it twice.
Twice too many. So did that kind of like shock you that there was magic involved?
Well, I'm just like, there's room for everyone in the Justice League.
Okay. So based on that film alone, was there someone that you found yourself rooting for that you didn't know of before?
So someone who I didn't expect to steal my heart as much as he did.
Damien.
No, Damien's a cunt. He's a jerk. He's got some issues and he needs to work through.
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
he is rough around the edges, of course, but he helped save the day.
I'm loving our super USB cyborg. He's my all-time new fave. But actually, what's that movie where the DC movie where they had the other alternate dimension?
Oh, Crisis on Two Earths, when they went over to the bad Justice League. That one?
Not the Sylvester Stallone Superman. Oh my god.
Okay, not that one then.
No, the one where there's the alternate universe and there's like Mom Joker and Bruce Wayne's dad is Batman.
Flashpoint Paradox.
Excellent movie.
That was my favorite DC animated film ever in life.
I just love this alternate dimension with these different themes of heroes, and seeing Cyborg's origin turning into nanobot cyborg.
That wasn't that film.
No. Ooh, I'm getting them mixed up already.
Yeah, well, guys, we saw so many of these films, so of course.
Well, my favorite unexpected fave was that cyborg origin story, seeing him turned from high school athlete into power
cyborg.
Cyborg.
But that one was different because he had like a mother box inside of him.
A who now?
A mother box.
I think it's his father box because we only saw his dad.
No, the mother box is those things, the boom tubes where you transport to Apocalypse.
Dark side stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was in Cyborg.
Oh.
That's why he was able to teleport and stuff to go through.
So this is the alternate dimension.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your favorite? What was your? Since I mean, you've already watched a lot of films.
I've seen nearly all of them.
But what was your any unexpected faves pop up?
There's this one called Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Lana Del Rey.
We watched it the other night actually.
Oh.
There was a Superman. He was raised by a Mexican family.
Yes.
Wonder Woman. She is from Apocalypse, and Batman he was made from a freak accident. Now he's a vampire.
No, he's a Alucard.
Alucard, yeah. That movie really shook me because I was like, oh, I didn't expect to like this take on these heroes, and I thought it was a good movie. There wasn't one scene where like a lot of people died at once. It got me kind of shaken to my core. But other than that, the movie was really good. I even low-key to the left like Lex Luthor in the film. He ended up being kind of like a hero at the end, which I'm like, okay, Lex, all right, I see you.
I know, but they lost a lot of good people that could have been heroes, and instead we got a Lex.
Oh yeah, in that movie they killed Victor, who is Cyborg, and his dad, which
some Robins too.
They die protecting each other, which was kind of like nice, but to see their like bones, I was like, oh, but I'm used to it. Jeff probably isn't used to it that these heroes are.
I mean, when I see gore and stuff, it's like anime gore. But these films, they're like punching and munching, and it's a little different.
It's a little different.
Also, it's our Earth.
It's a Earth.
Yeah. What is one of your, still to this day, all-time favorite heroes from the DC universe?
It's still The Flash.
The Flash.
I grew up watching Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and that's where, you had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. We had the Flash, but this Flash was Wally West. He was the first kid Flash. You've seen him in Teen Titans.
All I know is that there are two fast-ass little kids that are Mossy Meadows.
I think that they were made for Teen Titans, but the Kid Flash was in Teen Titans.
Okay.
And his name is Wally West, but in Justice League Unlimited, they use him as the Flash because he eventually takes over the mantle anyways. And then we had Jon Stewart, the Black Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and then Martian Manhunter. When I tell you I love that series so much, this is the reason why I love DC so much. I know that Marvel has been slaying the live action films. We know it. You don't gotta tell me. We know. We get it. But as far as animated stuff, as far as watching TV series, DC has that on lock. And yes, I did watch the 90s X-Men series, but that show is really crunchy if you look back at it now. And not saying any more modern day X-Men movies aren't good, like the X-Men Evolution I really liked.
Yeah.
That was really good.
X-Men movies in general have been pretty dang good.
Really good. But DC, watching Batman, Superman, and then Justice League, and even Static Shock, these shows have been A1 since day one.
Yes. Childhood flashbacks.
And then watching all those shows again in my adult life, I'm like, yo, this wasn't for kids. Now I'm thinking about it because it wasn't gory like the films were, but it had very intense battle scenes and the fighting. It was just so good. And actually, there is one episode that I really love that I want to show Jeff. Maybe I'll show him tonight. Is where I don't want to spoil it, but like basically most of the female superheroes fight each other. And it's
really?
And like this Thunderdome type of situation. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna show it tonight.
What is this? What is this? Is this society where women have to fight each other? There can't be two?
No, they were brainwashed. Oh. Yeah, I'll show you the episode. It's really, really good.
So the men's decided to brainwash the women's is.
Actually, no. Surprise, surprise. But I don't want to spoil it too much. I want you to see it. About the year and I love it. If you've seen the episode, let us know because that's my favorite Justice League Unlimited episode. Really? Now, there is a show called Young Justice that...
Is that another rapper?
Oh my gosh.
Young Justice.
Young Justice. Hey, that I want Jeff to watch. That's your assignment. Is to watch Young Justice. No. It's worth it.
Homework.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, yo, dude, this is so good. You seen this happen? You'll love it. You're gonna love it. Especially if you love Teen Titans, you're definitely gonna love Young Justice.
All right. Well, how many hour? Fine. I'll give it a sample.
Oh, gross. We're gonna take a quick break and then we will be right back. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Feel free to check out our website, desnudomagazine.com, where you can check out the latest issue of our magazine, available in digital and print, as well as our international edition. Also, you can shop all of our streetwear apparel, from our hats to our hoodies to our shirts to our stickers, and we have mugs. Anything you think of is right there as well. Also, follow us on social media at Desnudo Magazine on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as the podcast Instagram at The Main Entree. Now back to the show. And we're back. So Jeff. Who is your favorite DC superhero?
Ooh.
Wait.
A hard one.
Can I guess?
Please guess.
I assume it is Cyborg. I could be wrong. I know you enjoyed that hero, but I'm not sure if that's your favorite.
He's pretty up there.
He's pretty up. Okay. I thought so.
I liked him a lot even as just Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. Seeing the movie and seeing him as a more adult person was super cool.
Okay.
When he was turned into the actual motherboard for Darkseid, I was like, oh
yeah, in the movie Justice League Dark Apocalypse, he was turned into the motherboard, like embedded into the planet, like he was in. That was so sad because they wanted to like leave with him. He was like, sorry y'all, listen,
I'm stuck here.
I'm gonna save y'all and that's about it, but y'all gotta bounce. I can't leave, which was kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like
you know what was really interesting was in a lot of the movies, I was expecting to see Cyborg's iconic arm cannon because that was used so commonly in Teen Titans, and I saw that maybe like once or twice.
A few times.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean, not a few times. I mean, a handful of times. Yeah.
That's all right. Also, Starfire is so much more mature because, like, in the Teen Titans,
we got off track. You didn't tell me who's your favorite.
Oh, yeah. It's Cyborg.
You know what?
Listen,
I
he's
knew it,
fine as
dude.
hell. He's intelligent. What can I say?
That's your fave,
You know
huh?
who's my second runner up? Definitely would be
Starfire.
the
Raven.
Flash. Yeah, he's just a likable
See,
person.
I have a theory that me and Jeff are gonna become best friends very soon, and the fact that he likes the Flash is just another reason why I think so. Big old besticles.
Oh my God, side by side, inseparable.
Inseparable.
Do you know what it's called when balls like get like twisted and stuff? It's called testicular torsion.
That sounds like a quirk. Like a
No, ma'am.
no, no, ma'am.
So are we best testicle torsions?
No, we're besticles. Big old besticles, and y'all love to see it.
So yeah, I really, really enjoy that. One thing that I do want to bring, I really do love Cyborg as a character, his concept and everything. One thing that I cannot get over about the DC universe is, and I can write a whole thesis on that
Okay.
subject, is that Superman ain't shit.
Before we get on Superman, I want to ask you: did it bother you or kind of like shook you to see Cyborg being more associated with the Justice League than Teen Titans?
Well, I mean,
Because in the comics and like, as you saw in most of the movies, he was a part of the Justice League.
I'm not surprised. I think that Cyborg is an excellent addition. All these superheroes are, part of other dimensions and worlds. Like, I can't imagine Diana knowing how to use an iPhone. In the entire team, if it isn't Bruce Wayne, it's got to be Cyborg. Somebody in the Justice League other than Bruce Wayne has to know how to do math. I don't know if Superman can find out the trajectory of any
Did I
missiles.
show you that film where it was Jessica Cruz as the Green Lantern?
No.
I did.
How would I know that? When was she who was whomst?
I want to say Latin American Green Lantern who has we saw the movie where her friends got killed in the forest but she survived.
No, don't recall that.
I watched it with you and you were shook. And one of the heroes, he had a star outfit on and he has his meds and he lost his meds and he was slowly deteriorating.
Was this like a short scene?
No,
that I
it was a
missed?
movie. It was Justice League in the Fatal Five. That's the movie. You watched it with me. The movie was basically about mental health. Jessica Cruz had, what did she had? She had something. She had anxiety. She couldn't barely leave the house usually most days. In the film, remember Wonder Woman attacked her to get her, get her fighting spirit back. And then that one guy from the future came to the past, but he lost his meds. Do you remember that movie? Oh, dang.
So I just want to talk about how Superman ain't shit.
Okay, so
He
we
ain't diddly
noticed.
squat.
We noticed in the films, Superman gets knocked out, gets captured, isn't usable for most of the film. Usually early on, usually when you need him the most, he is usually out of commission. And we notice most times Batman's over here saving him. And Jeff was like, Superman, what's
so super about the Superman?
I don't understand. How is he? And
It could be the first 5 milliseconds. Superman can walk into a room and then 13 different robots with kryptonite in them will shove themselves so far into his face that he'll be out of commission for 30 minutes of the movie, and then Superman's going to shake it off in the last 5 seconds and then save the world.
I think that since he is, or he can be, super OP, they kind of want to knock him out, kind of, knocking out a few pegs so he isn't getting rid of the threat so easily, which...
I mean, if I was a supervillain, it makes sense. Superman is the threat, so let's take care of him first. But it's just like he's the all-American, non-human hero.
What your issue is that he's always easily knocked out? Easily,
The issue is that they shit on this man every single movie. I
Right.
don't remember a single movie where he was able to just zoom in and save the day. I don't know. It just makes me feel some type of way. It's like everyone else gets this like tug and pull. Superman gets his ass handed down the block, around the corner. They have to throw him into a trash can,
Sometimes I feel like
into
it's
the garbage
necessary.
truck.
It's necessary because Superman,
Every single
if you
movie.
know the Superman when his fights, he doesn't keep in mind the pedestrians, the environment. He'll have a full scale fight in a city, smashing through buildings, smashing cars, and I'm like, Superman, listen, you're doing a lot, all this collateral damage on the regular basis. I can't understand why you think that's. It makes more sense to kind of like, let's get the bad guy away to like an island or like away from the city. But no, let's fight him right here. Let me smash this car into him. Let me get this mailbox and just do the most damage. I ain't got to pay for it, so oh well. But you're trying to save people, and that's putting me in more danger, in my opinion.
I just want to say that if I don't know a movie where Superman isn't thrown through 3 buildings.
And the thing, his whole mindset is, the more punches I take, the less that his teammate can take, which is a nice sentiment. But you're damaging the whole city. It's about to be like collapse, and I don't understand why you just can't.
I think the funniest thing about Superman is is the fact that he takes all the hits because he's invulnerable. He's taken all these hits, but on camera it just looks like him getting beat the fuck up.
I wonder why. Because to me, it makes more sense for him to learn some martial arts. I feel like he would have more control of the fights that way. Because in these movies, Wonder Woman, she be holding it down.
Batman be bobbing and weaving.
Batman is a full-fledged human, and he be dipping and dodging Omega beams. He be doing the most. And we can't get Superman to kind of like learn a move to like, I don't know, him taking a hit and getting smashed through buildings, taking a hit and causing this damage doesn't make any sense. I need him to fight.
You know,
maybe that's why he keeps getting beat, because he can't fight. He really can't fight.
You heard it here, folks.
He can throw a punch, pow pow, and that's about it. If he hits you, it hits you. But if you can bob and weave and do your martial arts and turn his weight against him, I don't know how you going.
So, D, you just proved my point. Batman is the superior hero, and Superman ain't shit.
People like to rag on Batman for having no powers. He's only rich, but like he's doing it.
Batman.
He's also highly intelligent.
Super intelligent.
He knows different languages. He knows how to get us magic stuff too. Like he has all the contingency plans for any kind of situation you could be in.
Oh my god, the contingency plan thing.
Actually, the Apocalypse movie, he had a plan. That's how they got out of that.
Batman had a plan for every single hero.
He told Santana to tell Constantine to get out of there, when she compelled him with her spell, in which in turn saved the day. In a way, I mean, everyone died, but like, still.
What was that movie where basically Batman made a contingency plan?
Justice League Doom, where Randall Savage got Batman's files on the superheroes, and he made all these plans to knock them out, in which I think it's a good idea to have that. His logic is in the right place. It just sucks that he got it stolen. He should have more security, but... Yeah,
the villains kind of just walked in. Anyways, the idea that Batman had a contingency plan on every single superhero in the Justice League with the plan to disarm them or disable them for a set amount of time... just in case, showed that he is very calculated, even to the point where he put a contingency plan on himself. And when he was put up as a villain when everyone in the league was told, like, hey, Batman did this, can we all still trust him? And even though the Justice League chastised him and said he was a villain for making a plan to disable and disarm everyone, at the end of the day...
not a villain, but violated their trust maybe, or thought the worst of them.
Right.
And he was like, y'all got a plan for this type of situation, y'all stupid.
Right.
Like what he said. He was like, y'all dumb, because mind control happens, magic, all kinds of stuff happen. And they've experienced it. And they talking about how could you do this to us? Half of you crazy.
Right. If you are that powerful, someone needs to know how to make you kneel.
I'm glad that Green Lantern and Superman were like, all right, we get it. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Listen, if I was Superman and someone else made a plan to make me disabled for a certain amount of time, it would make sense. I am the most powerful person. That's why he
gave him that kryptonite back to him. He was like, listen, if something happens, if I go crazy, if something happens,
put it on my butt.
Okay, well, not his exact words, but that will disable him for a period of time. Oh my gosh, Jeff.
I've read some stories.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about it another time.
Another time.
It's about kryptonite, Superman, in a precarious situation.
I appreciate you guys tuning into the first podcast. I appreciate it so much. This first season will contain only 5 episodes. But season 2, I'm going to push for 10 episodes.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
I'm so excited to hear what the other episodes are.
Yeah. You're going to be on another one too.
Am I?
Yeah. We're going to talk about Steven Universe.
I love Steven Universe.
You do. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to the links below and follow us on social media. Check out our IG. Check out the magazine's webpage. And if you want more exclusive content, please feel free to become a patron on my Patreon page. It's linked below for your convenience. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for listening.